Yeah, well, so he called me, and he told me he called me. He was supposed to be there Sunday. He didn't show up. I left messages through the app. I called. He didn't respond at the normal meeting time. So that's when I got on. Yes, my my car has a tracker. So I looked on there and I found out where he was, but it's like 5 hours away from me. Okay, so what are my options? Because I don't want to wait 2 weeks for my car. I need my car for work and to do other stuff. So what are my options? All right, well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome to Bromadic Life Adventures. Let's go.
So as most of you all know, I got a new tow vehicle a couple of months ago. It is a 2023 Chevy Silverado 1500. I did an episode on it. I love it, the truck. But one of the things that I did, and one of the things that I decided to do that made me even buy the truck, was trying to figure out a way to offset the payments. Because as you know, payments for all vehicles are off the roof. So what I did was I decided to put it on the Turo platform. Now, I don't know if you know what Turo is. Turo is a platform where if you own a car, it doesn't really matter what kind of car it is. I've seen, small cars to luxury cars that are put on the platform, the Turo platform. But what it is it is a platform where you can rent your car out. Turo handles all of the logistics. Anybody that wants to rent a car, they go to the Turo site. They look at all the selections. And as a person who rents your car on Turo, you're able to set the prices. Kind of like what happens with RV Share when I rent my RVs. Anyway, so to make a long story short, Thursday, a guy picked up a rental from me. Very nice guy. He had a rental from Thursday pickup, and he was supposed to bring it back on Sunday. So when Sunday came around, our meetup time was 8 p.m. Before I went to church, I texted him and asked him, hey, just want to make sure 8 p.m. is still a good meetup time. So I did not hear back from him when I got out of church. Texted him again and even called him. I did not hear anything from him. 8 o'clock came. I still had not heard anything from him. So what I decided to do was, I remembered that I have a GPS tracking system on my truck. So when I tracked where his truck was, it was in a city called Rock Spring, Texas. I've never heard of it, but it was 5.5 hours away from Dallas. So I'm like, okay, He's way down there. So what's going on? Why is he not moving? So the next morning came. I called him again. He didn't respond. This time I contacted Turo. Turo said, okay, that's cool. We'll deal with it. We'll send him a message that he needs to return the car, because they're not supposed to, keep it the extra day unless they contact me and I give them the approval. So later on that evening, I get a phone call from the guy who tells me he's been in jail for a couple of days. Now, this is Monday, the day after he was supposed to turn it in. So after that, I was like, okay, when are you getting out of jail? When am I getting my car? He said, well, I might get out on Thursday. That's too long. So I contacted Turo. Turo got on the case. Now, one thing I learned about Turo, they had my back through this whole process. So to cut to what ended up happening, a special agent from Turo called me and he said, okay, this is what we think is going on. He said, we think that your car has been used for illegal activity. So they think that some kind of way my car may have been involved. And he said Turo has been having a lot of issues with trucks being rented for those illegal purposes. And that's all I'll say about that, because I stay out of that type of business. So anyway, my options to get my truck back were to either have them tow it, which would take about 2 weeks. I don't have 2 weeks. I need to have my truck. My second option was to fly to San Antonio. That's where I am now. Just got to San Antonio, flew to San Antonio. I have to rent an Uber in the morning to go to Rock Springs, which is 2 hours away, to pick up my truck. Then I have to drive 5.5 hours back to Dallas. So this is where I am. This is where my frustration comes from for the last couple of days. I'm not going to let it get me down, though, because things could be worse. But it does get frustrating, that you even have to deal with these types of situations. So I just got to my hotel here in San Antonio. I'm about to lay it down. It is about 1:45 a.m. I'm going to try to head out at about 6:30 a.m. to catch my Uber. So anyway, just want to let you know what's going on. See you in the morning. Good morning. It's about 5:50. My Uber will be here in a few minutes. The city that I'm going to pick up my truck is about 2 hours away. I've never taken a long Uber ride like that, but we got to get there. So let's go. All right, so I made it to Rock Spring, Texas, which is the city where my truck is. The ride wasn't bad. It was supposed to be a 2-hour ride. It was a little bit less than 2 hours. The ride wasn't bad at all. I am up here waiting on the guy to come to pick up, to unlock, so I can go ahead and take care of all the paperwork, pick up the car. Then I'm going to get on the road and head back to Dallas. This has been an experience, but things happen. You just got to make the best of it. Anyway, he should be here in a minute.
But they run through fences at them, run through a fucking house up here one night. They ended up in somebody's house, ran through the stop sign and just right into their house. But, not all of them stop and give up.
Yeah. All right, so I was able to pick up my car, went through all the paperwork I needed to go through, and I don't know if you could hear the guy I was talking to that was at the place, but he was just basically telling me, even the part that I didn't record, he was telling me that the city Used to be a quiet city, and now because of the activity that's going on, actually a lot of people who have Turo trucks that have been rented, he said a lot of them weren't as fortunate as I am because their cars were damaged, their cars were wrecked. When I picked mine up, it's extensive. There's no damage. I didn't see any damage, but there's extensive filth, extensive dirt. So I'm going to have to get that taken care of. But basically, he said, just a lot of people when they get caught, there's some who give up, and then some unfortunately don't give up. And he said a lot of them end up wrecking, and some of them losing their lives, and then others just have their vehicles just totally damaged. So I'm fortunate. Again, I'm frustrated that I have to go through the process, but I am fortunate that there's no damage. I can get this cleaned up. Shout out to Turo, because Turo has been huge in helping me navigate through this. Actually, this has probably been one of my best customer service experiences for a large company. So shout out to Turo. Just one of those situations. So I'm heading back to Dallas. I got about five hours left. It's just one of those things that makes you think about, if this is something you should do. Turo is great. The Turo platform is great. It's just if I were to do it again, most likely I would do it with a car. I have heard several success stories with people who started out with one car that they've rented on Turo, and it was so successful. Now they have 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. So I may look at that. But as far as me putting my truck on Turo, I just don't see it. So anyway, gotta keep it moving.
Thank you for watching this episode of Bromadic Life Adventures. If you thought this episode was cool, click on the like button and share this channel with your friends. If you have not already done so, I invite you to click on the subscribe button so you can subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you may be notified anytime a new episode is released. If you have any positive comments, please leave them in the comments section. All these things will help me grow my channel and make it better. This is Brian the Bromad. God bless and peace.